Who is it?
It's Abington, sir. The bellboy.
What is it?
Something's wrong.
What happens now?
Nothing, but there's just something wrong. And I can't make sense of it.
Yeah, where you off to?
I just want to know where the cop's cabin is located so I can have a word with them.
Billy, that check ain't no good.
We don't know that, and somehow I doubt the cop knows either. If we have it and cash it into the first bank we find in New York before word gets out that Tolliver is dead, we have a chance.
Personally, I think you're wasting your time. Besides, suppose the cop discovers his check is missing. He'll know exactly where to look now, won't he?
He's got his mind preoccupied with the murder. I told you before, Christina, we had the perfect opportunity right in front of us.
Right. Opportunity.
Alright, if you head straight down that corridor, there'll be a set of stairs that lead to F deck, steerage section. The cabin will be around the corner and to your right. I'll meet you there after I've been to the holds.
You're certain that there will be a way to tell if...
If it is there, then we'll know, sir. If not, well, then we'll have to look from another angle. Good luck, sir.
You too, and be careful.
I will. I don't see us leaving this cabin anytime soon. Maybe we should just get some shut-eye.
I know how this ship works. I touched that bed with my soot-covered body, and the men in their fancy buttons will have me reprimanded for dirtying the sheets. Besides, I can't be too trusting.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I didn't kill Tolliver, and I certainly didn't try to kill Aoife.
Aoife? I don't even know anyone named Aoife.
She's the one who claims that she saw two people kill Tolliver. For some reason, that cop thinks that you and I are in cahoots.
Oh, that's a load of bollocks. I've never even met... Yeah. What did you say your name was again?
McGowan. Why?
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. You're Darcy's boy, ain't you?
You knew him then?
I can see the resemblance. I can also see why that cop thinks we're in this plot together.
I don't understand.
I worked with your dad at that mill. He was a damn good man and a smart one. Piss poor of what Tolliver did. But you don't need the word of the fat man to decide whether your man was honorable or not. He loved his family something fierce. Spoke of you often, he did.
You know, if I hand for all of this, it'll be well worth it.
Even if you didn't do it?
Just knowing that someone else did the world a favor by killing him, that'd be enough for me. Still, I would also love to know how he was killed. Do you know?
The cop said he was clubbed on the back of the head with a shovel. Strictly speaking, that's not how I would have done it.
How would you have done it?
He may have us booked, but we're in this together, aye?
Aye.
Who's there?
Mr. McGowan, Mr. Bennion.
Yeah, that's a first. I've never been once addressed as Mr. before.
How did you unlock that?
It wasn't locked. There's no keyhole for this door.
You mean we could have left this whole time?
Oh, with Gethin sniffing around? I don't think that would have been wise.
Let's step out into the open area. It looks cramped in there. My name is Professor Thomas Chilton. I understand you two are being held for the murder of Caleb Tolliver?
Are you our solicitor then?
No, I was once a mutual suspect. I've spoken with the bellboy that's been assisting the inspector. He says there was another attempted killing. Am I correct?
Aye, Ava Kennedy. She gave me an alibi for Tolliver's murder. Then Gaten said I tried to silence her. Now I ask ya, how does that make any sense?
It doesn't. There's patches of information that I'm missing, and I was hoping perhaps you could tell me.
But if you were a suspect like us, why did the bellboy come talk to you?
When the two of you were apprehended, I was cleared of suspicions, and therefore I could move about the ship. Well, my section, at least. No one else knows I am here, except for the bellboy.
That still doesn't explain why the bellboy came to talk to you in the first place. Letting you know you cleared is one thing. But what else did he want with you?
Maybe the kid felt like this bloke could find something the cop couldn't?
At this point, I don't think the cop can find a missing haystack, let alone a needle. If you could figure out who did it, we'll back you up, mate.
Aye. Did the bellboy say anything about the attack on Ava?
Only that it was a pure miracle that she survived. He said that her hair helped soften the blow.
Her hair?
I understand that her hair was very thick and that she set it up into a large bun. It helped cushion the blow. She didn't die, but she did get knocked out.
That's queer.
How so?
I just find it odd that she even had her hair up in the first place. She always wore it down. I've never seen it up.
There seems to be a lot that I need to know. First, I need to know your association with Tolliver and why Gethin thinks you'd kill him. And I need to know from you, as best you can remember, what it was that Miss Kennedy said when she provided an alibi for you.
All right, here's how I know him.
Have we had any more ice reports?
No, sir. I just finished posting the coordinates of the last one.
Last temperature?
Just above the freezing point and still dropping, sir. We'll be approaching the Labrador Current within the hour. I told the carpenter to keep an eye on the freshwater tanks.
Good. And the sea conditions?
Flat as glass. I don't believe I've ever seen it so calm.
And anything yet regarding the other matter?
Inspector Gaten reports that he has 2 men in custody, a steerage passenger and a stoker from Boiler Room 6.
I just hope nothing more comes out of this. I'm going inside. I need to clear my head after these past 2 days. Keep a sharp watch. Anything of haze, slow down immediately. And let me know if it gets doubtful.
Aye, aye, sir.
We got field ice, sir. Dead ahead.
Stop engines!
Stop engines.
I don't see the point in taking a chance around that until daybreak. Work out our position.
Aye, aye, sir.
We've stopped for the night because of ice. How many ships are in our area, do you know?
So far, only the Titanic, sir.
All right. When Mr. Groves works out our position, send a message to all ships and let them know our situation.
Right, sir.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Ethan.
Good evening, sir.
My God!
What the devil?
It can't be.
You can't be here.
You're dead!
I killed you myself.
Yes, I know.
Then why are you here?
I've been watching you from my own space.
The last thing I saw was you killing me.
But I could never quite see the motive from afar.
That is until Inspector Gayton spoke.
He has suddenly made my death extremely clear. There were no complications when I brought Jane into this world. You and I both knew
That I would never have committed suicide. I admit that the trial's failure was devastating to me. But you and I both know that I was preparing a resignation letter before I choked on that cyanide.
We all knew the charge was a death trap, yet you insisted.
I had my orders. You knew that.
But what I didn't know was that you would stage your own injury. You used your ascot to prevent scorching. That way you could put in your report, a bow has shot you from long range. How foolish does that sound when it comes out of one's mouth?
I didn't know what to do.
You stood idly by, and you cheated death. All of my friends falling one by one, and you just stood there behind some sandbags. You were a coward!
I was no coward. You were just ashamed that I lost such a trial that made the papers.
Everyone knew Tolliver was guilty. You should have pushed your points harder.
It was out of my hands, Ernestina. The jury was at fault, not me. And to think, I once believed that.
you really loved me. You obsessed over me. But I never felt the same about you. That drove you mad. And when you discovered it was me in the hospital going into labor, that pushed you over the edge.
Jane's father was a sailor. He treated you like the whore that you were. I could have provided for her. I had a
Reputation to consider. To resign would have been disgraceful.
So, tainting my name by forging my suicide sounded better?
You might as well have been a coward.
So that is why you killed me?
Of course not.
You didn't think I would find out how you left those men to die? Did you honestly think this wouldn't lead me to suspect how you survived? The ascot to prevent scorching, the double skin to protect the main structure. It made so much sense.
But you just had to show up on my doorstep and demand money.
I was entitled to it. At least those who have lost their loved ones were.
By that logic, you would have just blackmailed me for the rest of my miserable life.
It deserves to be miserable after what you have done, you lustful monster.
lustful.
We both knew you never would have given a damn about Jane. You wanted me to yourself. And when you couldn't have me, you decided no one should, and that is why you overdosed me with Trianol.
You drugged my brandy with that chlorohydrate. But it was your own pistol from that day that ended my life. You shot me on the side of the head and placed the gun in my hand, wiping it free of your fingerprints. And you boarded that tramp steamer bound for Calais. By boarding the Titanic from Cherbourg, you could establish an alibi that you were in France by the time my body would be found.
But you didn't count on the fact that no crime goes unpunished. One would think you, of all people, would know that. And of course, the one person who reminded you of that was the one that held his persecution over your head since my death. That's why you did it, wasn't it?
What do you want of me?
My brother was onto you, wasn't he? Did you think that by committing perjury for him, you'd be free of his constant persecution of you? That's why you did it, wasn't it?
Tolliver knew that your actions in the war were questionable, didn't he? Didn't you think he would question why you once attention or drawn away from your days in the army? By designing ships for the Navy? But you got greedy. You knew you'd make a profit by your designs. You would have done anything to get your designs back. And that is why you killed Tolliver, wasn't it?
Shut up!
Shut up!
Shut up!
Shut up. Well, piss on you then.
Well, I struck gold.
And some black lung to go with it?
Laugh all you want, but I was playing poker with Major Archibald Butt, the Yankee president's aide. Well, I got it from him that the inspector's cabin is on E deck, number 38.
I don't know why I'm asking. But how did Major Butt know?
Gethin was buying a round of drinks earlier tonight for that party hosted by the Wideners over in Gatti's restaurant. He's told the waiter to charge it to his cabin.
Okay. So now what?
I simply wait for Gethin to leave his cabin tomorrow morning and swipe it.
And if he don't budge?
Oh, come on. Who doesn't budge from their cabin?
Oh, I haven't the foggiest.
Well, my point is, I have a shot, and I intend to take it.
Just like you took a shot at Tolliver?
What was that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing. I've just never seen you so determined over a check before. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you booked passage specifically with this in mind. And good thing you got his signature before he was murdered. The timing was impeccable.
Christina, are you implying that you think I killed him?
Nothing to get defensive about if you've got nothing to hide. Good night.
Jane, I doubt very much that anything more will happen tonight. Why don't you just get to sleep? Your pacing is keeping me up.
Sorry.
Any idea where the bellboy's dormitory would be?
I don't even know where the loo is half the time.
I'm still confused as to why we're looking for Atherton.
Remember when I showed you that the door couldn't be locked? Atherton told me so.
Yeah, that meant we could have bolted at any time.
The door itself is irrelevant. It's the fact that he told me about it. What does that tell you?
That he doesn't trust Gethin?
Or maybe. Nah, it's unlikely.
No, at this point, nothing can be taken as unlikely. Tell us what's on your mind, Bennion.
Well, I was originally going to suggest this. Since Atherton was present at the time Gethin was questioning Jamie, that means he was also present when Miss Kennedy gave her statements and said what she said.
So?
So, I thought maybe she twisted a testimony claiming that she saw two figures instead of one, so as to warn Atherton.
You think Aoife would make that up? You think Atherton's the killer?
That's what stopped me from saying it out loud. The idea is laughable. I've sailed with him before. He'd never lay a finger on anyone. There's also his loyalty.
Loyalty? To what?
His fellow shipmates. He considers White Star Line his family. And when Gethin caught me collared, that's when Atherton decided to step in and talk to the professor. But we won't know for sure until we find the lad.
He said he would meet us after he's been to the holds. That was nearly an hour ago.
Why the holds?
To test a theory. If we're correct, then we'll know.
Know what?
Atherton! Atherton, where are you? We'd better split up. He should be here. Bennion, you take the right side. Jamie, take the left. I'll continue straight.
You know, the cold doesn't bother me that much. It's the damn wind chill. It's bloody murder.
Oh, blimey. Funny you mentioned bloody murder. Didn't you hear what...
Wait a tick. Shite! What did you see? Icebug, dead ahead!
No sign of him anywhere.
Help!
Hard to starboard.
Hard to starboard, sir.
There he is!
My God, he's been stabbed. What is it?
He's pointing toward that luggage tag.
He's dead.
We have to get help.
If Gethin finds us here, we're dead.
That trail of blood upstairs is sure to give us away.
I don't see any other doors in this area. I don't think we have much of a choice.
We gotta move!
What is it?
Iceberg, sir. I put the ship hard to starboard, but I'm afraid it was too close.
Did anyone else see that berg?
I need to get to the boiler rooms.
Are you mad?
If the water reached the cargo hold, it could easily get to the boiler rooms. I'll need to help draw the fires, or the furnaces will blow. I can't let that happen again. You boys better get up top. I'll be up soon.
I'm going back to my cabin and drying off. If the situation changes down in the boiler room, meet me on the boat deck. Do you have access point to that?
Aye. A vertical shaft past the forward funnel.
All right. Get going.
And to think we had bigger problems. Atherton is dead!
We will all meet up on the boat deck and reconvene. You go to your cabin and find some dry clothes. We'll meet up on the boat deck in 3/4 of an hour.
Aye. Good luck to you, mate.
You too.
God. Aetha!
Steward, why has the ship stopped?
I've heard talking of iceberg, sir. I expect we stopped us not to shatter the iceberg to pieces.
I'm coming. Professor, what are you doing here? What time is it?
I've got to talk to you. Is your cabin mate in?
No, she said she heard some commotion, so she went out to take a look. Why? What's going on?
Do you mean you didn't hear anything that has happened?
I was waiting for the confinement to be lifted. What happened? Why is your hair wet?
Almost too much has happened since we last spoke. I don't even know where to begin.
Can't any of this wait until the morning?
No, it's a matter of extreme urgency. We've struck an iceberg.
What? Do you suppose it damaged the ship?
I know it did. I was down below, trying to follow a lead. I found the bellboy Atherton dying on the ground. And before we could do anything, I and 2 other gentlemen were knocked over by rushing water. So we ran back up the stairs and into Scotland Road.
Wait, what lead were you trying to follow? And who were the other 2 gentlemen?
Let's just say I can trust them, and they trust me. What's more important is this. I think I know who the killer is, but I can't be sure yet.
What can we do?
If you get dressed, I'll wait out here, then we can discuss.